I want to open this question up for you and just ask you, have you ever had a moment, or are you kind of in a phase in your life right now where maybe you're feeling that everything you've done, all the mistakes and the downhill rides that you've taken, and then of course all the passion that you've had and the ambition, that it all does actually mean something. And of course it means something, but it equals something. Like that there's something that you're meant to do that would make sense of everything in your life. And hey, Diana, how are you doing, love? You know, this is how I feel, and this is why I feel like I was gifted this download. So first, I just want to talk about downloads. And I want you to put a number 1 in the comments if you have experienced downloads. And what I mean by that is really just an idea. So maybe it's an idea, but it comes with a bit of a message. And it prompts you to take action on something that you didn't know before. It's totally new to you. You know that your conscious mind did not conjure this up. It's something that's really coming through you, and it has a magnitude to it. So you feel its strength. You feel that there would be momentum behind this action if you choose to accept the mission. And so that's what I believe downloads are, that they are these gifts to us, and that they are perfectly aligned with our spiritual path. And yet they aren't fully ours until we take the action on it. And I actually read a book by Elizabeth Gilbert, her Big Magic book, and she talks about this with creativity. How when a creative idea comes to you, that it's not yours. And you can be like, well, I had this idea. But if you don't take action on it, it can become someone else's idea very quickly, because this idea or this download just has its own momentum, and it's cruising around saying, oh, there's an aligned match. I think I'll ride with her or him. And does she or he accept the mission? And so that's what I feel like has happened for me many times. And I want to see your number 1 in the comment if you guys are relating to this, if you've experienced these kind of messages. So you may have seen that in the last few months, I've really been talking more to highly sensitive women. So I want you to put a number 2 in the comments if you are a highly sensitive woman, and especially if you are a highly sensitive woman who has impact on her heart. So I would call you impact driven, or just driven. You have ambition and you know that you're here to do something. And something that I find is that there's a specific breed of women where you're highly sensitive, and so you have these gifts, but yet the drive and the ambition can feel in ways like it might smother the sensitivities. And this is what I feel I'm really called to do, is to teach highly sensitive women how to embody their sensitivities. And then the flip side of the sensitivities is always magic. It's always intuition and an ability. Well, I'll share with you the ability in a moment when I share with you the download. And so I realized that I need to start getting real about this, because anyone who's highly sensitive, this is not something that comes on later in life, right? Like, you know that when you were a kid, you were sensitive to things. You know that when you were a teen, you were different than other people. And something really common that happens with highly sensitives is that you feel weird. So put a number 3 in the comments if you can relate to that. If you're like, yeah, I've kind of always felt a little bit weird. Like, I'm different, I could blend in, and I have always felt that way too. I thought, it's not like I look strange or I have some condition that really sets me apart from people, a disability in any way, and yet I've still always felt like I was different than other people, and it held me back. So I wonder if you can relate to that. This, like, I know I have this drive and I want to show up, but I feel like I'm just kind of different, and how that plays out almost always is in this feeling of unworthiness. Like, am I good enough? Am I worthy to actually do what my dreams are calling me to do? And so what I want to say is, fuck yes, you are, okay? And I want to flip this on its head, y'all threes, my soul sisters, and say, you are not only worthy, but you are chosen. And this is where the message comes in for me, is that I've been creating so much to support women like you. So my Embody program, put a number 4 if you have joined Embody, because I see a number of you on here, and we're about to embark on this beautiful journey together. Oh, I'm gonna cry again. I'm just like so excited. And And in that, you guys, I want to tell you that I've leapt before I even really knew. I knew that this guidance was coming in. My 7-step Embody method came in and I was like, oh my God, this was gifted to me. It was gifted to me, and it was gifted to me for you. And yeah, I am the carrier. Y'all getting chills, yes, because you know that it's true, and you get chills because it's alignment and it's truth. So good. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are so amazing. I'm so happy you're here. So in this, I want to talk to the idea that when you have these passions, it's important to take action on them, right? So we get the download, we receive the information, and we must take action, because otherwise it does not become rooted and it does not become real. And we need to make this real. And that's what I've been doing my entire process of entrepreneurship, but specifically in the last few months, it's been really intense, where I'm like, oh, it's highly sensitive women, of course. All right, let's go. Let's talk to them. So now I'll start talking to you. And you're like, you show up. And you're like, she's talking to me. And I'm like, not only am I talking to you, but I have something for you. And this thing that just came through me, I realized, well, of course, this has been my process. This is what has helped me go from feeling like I needed to be like everyone else, do it like everyone else, and yet I knew I was not like them. And in that, I developed this process to be able to show up online, to be able to be visible and share my message, and not feel like I have to do it in a masculine way that is going to burn me out and fuck up my nervous system and make me feel like, well, basically just be in self-sabotage. And so in creating this process, something else that was really not coming through was like, why? I didn't know why. I'm just doing it because I felt called to. So earlier this week, I was in the hot tub. And Whitney, I know in my group you asked, there we go. You asked about the hot tub. So Whitney was like, Jaya, you always talk about doing your chakra activation in the sauna, and you're talking about getting downloads in the hot tub. What is up with this? Is there something about the heat? So I think this is kind of funny. I'll answer it really quickly here before I tell you about the download. But yeah, I think there is, right? Anytime we get out of our head, so you get into that hot water or you get into the hot room and suddenly you're not able to focus on these small-minded things that you focus on normally. We all do. And our ego is like bound to take a back seat. So like maybe the theory is that the ego doesn't like the heat. However we want to look at it, but it's ultimately about getting into the body, which that's what embodiment is, right? It's like making real in the body, and we need to match our thoughts to that. So the heat, the bath, the shower, you guys know you get downloads in the shower. These are great places to set an intention and leverage them. So when I go into the sauna at the gym, I'm not just like, oh, let me get relaxed. Let me get in it. I mean, I like that, but I'm like, let me leverage this because my kid is in childcare and I have 45 minutes to be here, and I'm gonna take 10 minutes and do a chakra activation. So there's kind of that too, that it's about like a place I can do it. But in the hot tub, I always go into the hot tub with this intention of connecting with spirit. Plus it's outside and it's like cold out. It's just beautiful. So I was in the hot tub and I was asking for guidance. I was just saying I'm open. And I'll tell you this too, is that I felt a lot of resistance. And this will happen so often. So do you ever have those days where you're just like almost itchy with resistance? You don't know why, but you can't take the action you want to take, and it's not all aligning, and things are just kind of going wonky. Well, that's the kind of day I was having. And I knew that meant there was something that needed to come through. I was open for the guidance. So this is step number 1, right? Let's be open. Let's ask the empowering questions instead of questions like, what's wrong with me? Or what is happening? Why do I feel this way? Fuck those kind of questions. That's gonna lead you to a rabbit hole of negative thought. So it's the question of, I'm here. Like I'm showing up. Show me the way. What is my next step? I'm open for guidance. So what happened is, this happened in oh God, I see like stuff is coming in right now. So what happened is that I actually was in the bathroom getting ready to go out into the hot tub, and I got this guidance come through. And it said, Jaya, you need to share the message. You're meant to share the message. No, what it said was, you're the messenger. And I thought, well, that's interesting. That's not a word I ever use. I don't think I ever use the word messenger ever. And so I thought, well, that's not me. Like, that's not my normal voice. And I thought, well, okay, that's interesting. Wonder what that means. So I get naked. It's freezing outside. I go into the hot tub and I just start allowing, the normal thoughts in the day to melt away. And I was open and I got this full on conversation. You guys know I'm going to cry now, but it was so just vivid and intense. And it said, hey, Joanna love, it said, you are the messenger. And you need to show the highly sensitive women how to take their purpose out into the world in a bigger way than they could do without you. And I was like, what? Okay. I mean, I do know that. It's freaking what my sales page says. Like, okay. But yet it felt much more powerful than that. And then it kept coming through. Like I sort of just kept being open. Like, and I had never had this line of questioning before where I was like, well, what, like how? Like, what do you mean specifically? And what kept coming through was that highly sensitive women, okay? And now let's really get into it here, you guys. Highly sensitive women have an ability that others don't have. Now, because we feel more, like just to lay out the highly sensitive thing, and then I'm going to come back and read your comments. When you're highly sensitive, what's happening is that you actually feel things on a deeper level. That's what you're sensitive to. So you're sensitive to things that other people are not as sensitive to because you feel them more. Your whole energetic system is more finely tuned unless you don't listen and you don't take care of it. And you feel the other side, okay, will be drained. This feeling of like, I'm so drained, okay? And that's not to say we don't feel that, because we do. But I want to tell you that there is a way to not feel that way, even as a mother, okay? I've been a mother for 22 years, got some experience with this. Even as a wife, even as an entrepreneur, even as someone who receives a lot of messages every day and people enrolling in their program and doing the big things, even as that, you don't have to feel that drained. Because when you actually honor those sensitivities, there's another side. So we have, imagine like the sensitivities being your spine. And I mean, really it's so much to do with your nervous system, because your nervous system is what is reacting to input, right? And it's judging, it's saying, fight or flight. How am I gonna react? And in that, this is where the decision comes. How are you gonna act? How are you going to care? Because the drained feeling, which we all know, we all have experienced, is the sign saying you aren't listening. The other side of this is what this download was really about. And I want you to tell me in the comments. So I'm sort of putting a puzzle together for you here. What do highly sensitive women have that other people don't have? It's not to say they don't have it. They don't have as easy of a gateway. They don't have a clear connection, a clear path, the way that highly sensitive women do, okay? So I want you to tell me in the comments, I think you already know. What do you notice that when you're thriving and you're feeling good and you're healthy and you've let go, shed those negative beliefs, and you're like, ooh, what's humming? What's buzzing? Okay, let me just look. Hi from Massachusetts. And I do this every time. I forget my tissue and then I start crying and snotting and it's just a big mess. Joanna, but when you get it cellularly, it shifts everything. So true. Okay, so anybody? Happiness, beautiful. So happiness, I believe, is a byproduct of a number of things. Yes, discernment is important. They have a clearer vessel to pure source. Usually this is a result of their soul desires. So beautiful, yes. So I know someone's gonna say the word. So I'm looking for one particular word, and this is what it is. And I want you guys all who, if you're near your phone, I want you to write this down, type it out, okay? It's sight. It's sight. You have the ability to see what other people don't, because we see through our feelings. So if you have the ability to feel more, and that can feel overwhelming as fuck sometimes, and that can result in overwhelming anxiety and feeling drained, well, on the flip side of that, you have the ability to just harness the sight. And when you have the sight, this is where everything changes. This is where everything shifts. You already know you have the sight. You already know you have, we could call it intuition also. But this sight is what is being called to come forth. This sight is what is being asked to be harnessed from us. That calling that you feel, the purpose that you feel, the reason that you do uncomfortable things and you go to your edge is because this is not even about you. It's because of your gift. It's because of your ability to see the truth, to see what is possible, to see past all of the, to see past all of the craziness that's going on in the world, all of the hate, all of the unhappiness, all of the trauma, and all the ability to see that that is not truth, because the truth is love. And you can see that. So it brings me back to the hot tub, and you can imagine just the gravity of it, because I know you feel this with me right now. Do you feel the gravity? Do you feel the gravity of your purpose, of your calling, of that feeling that you can't ignore, yet you might not fully know what to do with it yet? Hallelujah, Whitney says. So in this, what I recognized is that, oh my God, I've been preaching this whole purpose thing and like living your truth. And you know, this is not new to me, but I got it. Like I got it. And it was like, Jaya, you are the messenger. You must carry the message forward. And so while I thought, well, thank God, thank God I already built this program. Thank God I already have the business that is supporting this. And this is not about some big pivot. This is about a deeper embodiment of truth. And what I know is that the highly sensitive women who are drawn to this message or who have a message of their own, what I have to say to you is that the most important thing you can possibly do right now in your life, in your career, in your business, in your family, for yourself, is to harness the power that lives within and that elevates you to sight. Because we need you to see. We need you to see clearly. We need you to speak that truth, and we need you to be bold. Bold. And what happens when we're in the sabotage mode and in that mode of, well, let me just kind of stay low key, right? Let me hide some of this magic to protect it. That is not serving you anymore, and you know that. And that was not serving me, and it is not serving everybody, because this is about something so much bigger than us. This is what I believe. I believe that highly sensitive, intuitive, insightful women are here to change the world. That when we talk about raising the vibration on the planet, doing our work in the world, changing the world, we are starting right now, every day, with our own vibration inside of our own nervous system. We are setting up the space to say, let me build a container that holds all of these sensitivities. And that, guess what, honey? If that means that you're gonna do one live video like I'm doing right now, one live video is what I had scheduled for today, plus creating some other videos, actually the welcome videos for Embody. That's what I had on my calendar today. And I want to be honest with you, I kind of thought, Jaya, you still have some spaces in Embody. Maybe you want to be out there promoting your program. Maybe you should, maybe you should, maybe you should, maybe you should. And I thought, fuck all that noise. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what I felt called to do, and I'm gonna show up powerfully. And I'm gonna be potent and eloquent, if I can, while I'm snotting, in my message. Imagine if that's how you were thinking about your day. Imagine if you looked at your schedule and you thought, I'm gonna put half as many things on my schedule because that's how I'm actually going to thrive and show up inside of each thing with more sight, with more vision, with more intention. How would your life change? How would the lives change of the people whose life you touch? Because I could have came onto this video having done 10 million tasks before this, being stressed out about enrolling more people into my program. But would that be of highest good? Would that be of highest service for you right now on this video? Because I'm channeling. That's why I'm snotting and crying, because this is not about me. I am the vessel. I'm the chosen vessel for this message, as you are the chosen vessel for your own message. Yasmin says, by the way, it's absolutely fascinating that your voice or download said in the exact way that I was feeling. Jaya, will you help me to do so much bigger than if I was to do it on my own? Yasmin, y'all, so Yasmin, if you don't know her, check her out. She's amazing. She does Facebook ads, and she's like that brain that none of us want to have. She has it. She's amazing. She has an ad agency. But Yasmin, we had a call this week, and she joined Embody. And Yasmin, you know, and I said to her on the call, I said, you have this gift too. She was like, you just say, like, you say these things and they feel so resonant. And I'm sort of summarizing what you said, but you see in me what you see in yourself. You have the sight. It's just so amazing. So while, you know, this is about my work, I'm not going to act like it's not, because I'm the messenger, and I've never felt more strongly that it's not even about me. And that's why I keep doing these posts around like my process around this enrollment period with Embody, because it's completely different, you guys, than anything I've ever done online. You guys know I've been in the online space for over 3 years. I've done multiple launches. I've done multiple 5-figure, 4-figure, wait, 5-figure? Yeah, 5-figure launches. I don't even know. And I can tell you this, they didn't feel good. None of it felt good. And it didn't matter when I had a 30K month, because I literally, the first couple times I had 5-figure months, I had hives all over my body. I had a sinus infection. I felt like shit because I was not honoring my sensitivities, and I was not building a business that had a container that could take on more. I couldn't hold the capacity for what I even had, nevertheless where I was going. And I knew that I was meant to lead a movement. I didn't even know what the movement was, but I knew that I was just gonna keep going until I figured it out. And so in that, that's how I created Embody, is because I had to do it wrong. I had to be like, oh, this is wrong. This is wrong for me. Well, guess what? It's probably wrong for those other amazing, intuitive, sensitive women who have the sight. And now the honoring of that becomes everything. And so that's why I've been sharing all of this with you. And if you feel called, if you're like, Jaya, I think that you literally just spoke to my soul and I resonate so deeply, there is space for you right now, and you can join me and these other amazing women that are on the line right now. You feel the energy. It's so much about going bigger, and yet being able also to take your thriving self, because it doesn't have to be one way or the other. That's what's so powerful about this time in history, this time that we're creating, is that you can do one training in a day and fill up your program. If you do that over and over again, if you show up in your most potent power, I promise you everything will shift. Because I'm living proof of that, and I have clients who are living proof of that. And so, fuck it, let's do it a different way. And that feeling of I'm being, you know, I'm weird or I'm different because of these sensitivities, I want to tell you that that can turn into pure superpower, confidence in yourself and your message. That's what it's meant for. It is not meant to keep you small. It's meant to help you create a platform and then in turn show other women. How many of you are mothers? Put a number 5 in the comments if you're a mother, if you want to be a mother someday. And think about the impact, the way that you take care of yourself, the way that you honor your sensitivities affects your sons and your daughters. I have 2 daughters. Both of them are highly sensitive. And I will be honest with you, the first one, I had no fucking clue how to do it. She She taught me everything I needed to know about being a highly sensitive young mother and having a highly sensitive daughter. And it was not pretty, you guys. I went through so much shit trying to figure it out. And now I have a highly sensitive 5-year-old. And it's like this healing and magical experience to honor her. And I don't have to teach her something that I'm not modeling. And Mide, hi Mide. Mide has joined Embody. Mide has 4 daughters, you guys. 4 daughters. And what she said to me was that, oh God, I literally, my head is like, it feels tingly. What? Okay, that's weird. Mide has 4 daughters, and she said to me that she wants to model for them. She wants to show them how to love themselves so deeply and give them the platform so they can do their work in the world. Oh, look at you. Aw. My daughter is super duper ultra sensitive. It's astounding, right? Isn't it such a beautiful mirror? And so it just drives home this point that like it's so much bigger. It's so much bigger. It's so much bigger than me, than you. And it's really about us creating a new way. Like we need to create the new way. We are not taught. No, none of us here on this line, I bet, were taught how to honor our sensitivities so that we could have, you know, a multiple 6-figure business online. Like what? That wasn't taught. Not only that, we need to unlearn all the shit we were taught about it. And so like, that's what this is really about. I just made this so long and so maybe not sexy, but I don't care because that's the truth. That is the ultimate result, is like that we are the way showers and we must do it. So if you want to know more about Embody, put Embody below. The tingling on the scalp is called ASMR. Jaya discovered this not long ago. Oh my God, I want to know more. I want to know more about that. I've never experienced that before. So you guys, let me know if you have any questions. This really is a video about how to turn your sensitivities into your superpowers. So if this inspired you, please let me know and please share the video. Inspiration is what most people come on to Facebook for, honestly. And so if this inspired you, I'm sure it will inspire people in your friend list and honesty. And if you have any questions about Embody, you could ask me here. So many of the women who have joined are on this line right now, which is so beautiful and amazing. And I bet they could answer questions for you in terms of like why they're doing this. So, you know, if you want to just tell me, any of you who are on the line, why are you? Like, why do you want more? Why are you ready for this? Mide says, I'm so pumped and ready for Embody. I know Mide, you guys, Mide joined about 2.5 months ago. She was our first enrollee, and like, I just bless you for being patient with me. Lisa says, inspired me to go live and share. Oh, so good. Yeah, but feel free to ask me any questions. We start on Monday. Actually, you guys, you want to know what? I just recorded the videos for you and created the workbooks. Next week is intention week. So we take the first week to connect and create intentions, because so much of this is about sisterhood, and to truly embody a new level, we need a lot of support and we need a lot of clarity. And so of course we start with intention, and I just created the exercise and filmed the videos for you guys. So those start on Sunday, but then our first call is on Wednesday. So I think you guys all know that who are on, but please do let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to message me if you would like to connect one-on-one and see if it's a good step. And either which way, I am the messenger. I will be sharing this message. I have taken the call and I have accepted. Oh, okay. This is a great way to end. At the end of the download that I received in the hot tub, okay, so I was like, I got all the clarity and I'm like, I get it. Okay, yes. I was specifically asked, Jaya, do you accept this mission? And then I was just like gonna say, because I was like, yes, I do. But then I heard this really, really distinct voice that said, take a deep breath and think about it for a second. Like what I was being asked to do was to come forward with a very clean energy that wasn't from up here. Like it needed to come from all the way down through the energetic body. And I did that. I took a deep breath and I was like, yes, I accept the mission. And it was so cool, you guys. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Is there a cost for this? Laurel, if you're talking about this video, this video is free. If you're talking about my life's work and the investment for Embody that these other beautiful women made, yes, there is, as I would hope there would be, because one of my favorite quotes about investing in yourself is that the transformation happens in the transaction. And isn't it so true? You're like, holy damn, I believe in myself at this level. So good and so powerful. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I honor you. I honor your sensitivity and your willingness to open up to that there's more, and that actually requires more of you. I mean, it's such a beautiful responsibility to have been gifted the sight that you have. And I honor you, I honor me, and I honor everybody whose lives we touch with our sight. So much love.